been, it's been our pleasure to get an update from officials in Imperial County about COVID-19 situation in the Valley. And with us on the telephone today, socially distancing, Jeff Lamoure of the Environmental Health Division of the Imperial County Health Department. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Carroll.
It's another beautiful day in the Valley, right?
That it is. Our summer is finally past us, and now we can enjoy some cooler weather.
Okay, time to put the top down and soak up some rays, right?
You got it.
Okay. Now, we trend and track the numbers on COVID-19, and as we hear on our CBS News on AM 1230, the numbers of COVID-19 patients just is spiraling upward. Now, we have seen a significant increase in the Imperial Valley as well, but nowhere near where we were a couple of months ago. What's going on? What's happening with this, Jeff?
Thank you, Carroll. So yes, we are definitely seeing an increase in our numbers. We're seeing an increase. We're seeing a trend. And essentially, it's a cause of many factors that are contributing to this. We have our local cases. The families are seeing family reunions, gathering, increased travel to and from Mexicali, to and from San Diego. So the community is being very active. We're having more social gatherings, and all of this collectively is causing this trend of increased cases.
Okay, and like I said, it has not reached the numbers that we had experienced 2-3 months ago. The other parts of the country are, in Idaho, they're airlifting COVID patients to Seattle, to Portland, and to other faraway places, just like we had to do a couple of months ago. Okay, Halloween tomorrow, and people are going to get together. People are going to, it's Halloween. We got to celebrate. What kind of guidelines are you using? What do you suggest people do?
So yes, Halloween is tomorrow, and our traditional activities during Halloween. We're really the state has developed some guidelines. The county has also have taken those guidelines and have put that information out to our community. We're really it's really about risk management, and the focus is to lower our risk. So we're really encouraging families, our residents, to do things that will encourage those activities that would lower the risk of spreading COVID-19. So things such as playing games at home. If there's Halloween games that could be played, that they can play games at home. If they want to go out and about, get dressed up, get in their cars, and go around and look at the various decorations, the different decorations going on throughout our community, but do it in a physically distanced manner in your car. There's a few things they can do. They can do things watching scary and just candy scavenger hunts in their own home. Exercising those activities that they can do with family. So we really encourage that, really minimize the activity of getting together with large groups this year, so that we can really kind of focus on trying to get our numbers and try to minimize the spread.
Okay, and just be smart. And the idea that if you leave your place, cover your face, that mandate is still in effect, and as is social distancing. It's important that people follow through on that. Okay, coming up, you've got a drive-through flu clinic, right?
We do. Actually, also on Halloween, on tomorrow, Saturday, October 31st, we have a drive-through flu clinic at the Imperial Valley Fairgrounds IB Expo. It's located at 200 East 2nd Street in Imperial. The time of the event will be from 7 to 10 a.m. There's no charge to residents for the vaccine. We definitely are encouraging residents who want to participate in the drive-through to make it so we can move as quickly as possible through the process to wear a short sleeve shirt and make sure all occupants in the car need to wear a face covering. Again, reminding people if someone's not feeling well, if they have if they're ill at all, they should stay home and get their flu shot at a later date when they've recovered. If it's a family that needs there may be one person they need to bring with them that everybody else is feeling fine, but one person's feeling sick, they're going to be pulled out of the line because we want to make sure that everybody that's being given the flu vaccine is healthy. So we want to make sure that they're aware of that. Make sure they take water and snacks because we need to collect information, so it may take some time to maneuver through the clinic itself. So it's really important that they are patient through this process, and I would encourage everyone flu shot. We have the event this Saturday, October 31st. We'll have a second flu clinic the following Saturday, November 7th, at the same location at the same time, from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, and the cost? There is no cost to the public. This is going to be this particular event, these two events, drive-through events will be at no charge to the public. Okay. Now, a suggestion. Has the county considered a true test site? For, one of the issues that we have had in the county with COVID is, at one point there were 3 test sites open and people weren't utilizing them. We have the one site open, but maybe it might be more convenient, with a drive-through test site. Great question. So yes, you're correct. We had, at one point in time, we had 4 lanes that we operated, which entailed 3 physical locations, one in Kxo, one in Imperial, and one in Brawley. Due to the underutilization, we closed 3 of the lanes. So we have the one site in Brawley, the OptumServe site, but we are actually working with the state, and we submitted some information last week, and we anticipate having discussions with them early next week. We're looking at moving forward with 2 additional models. One is a traveling team, strike team, that would go out. So if we had an outbreak at a particular facility, at a school district, at a business, we could send that strike team out to test, to provide testing. They can also assist. We can also place them in a fixed location for a temporary period of time for testing. But also we're looking at a third model, or a second model, I should say. It's a mobile clinic. And that mobile clinic, if approved by the state, would allow us to test up to 528 individuals at a time. The mobile clinic is a fully contained mobile clinic, including staff. It's a 45-foot coach that we would place throughout the county or move to different locations throughout Imperial County to provide staffing to our agricultural workers, to some of our town sites outside of the irrigated areas, or not necessarily near our incorporated cities. We could also move them into specific locations within incorporated cities to really focus on or target areas where we may where individuals need to be tested that aren't being tested. So we can use them and use them at our skilled nursing facilities. There's a variety of opportunities that we're able to use the models or both for that. So yes, we are looking at doing moving forward with similar projects. Okay, and that has been an issue. I know the county, as well as us here at Kxo, have been encouraging people get tested. I know you have no symptoms, you haven't been exposed, but we need more negative testing to skew the numbers. It's kind of polluted, but we need more people with no symptoms to get tested. So we're negative numbers, that offsets the positive numbers. We look better at the state, and we get to reopen the economy a bit. Speaking of which, where are we on the governor's Skittles scale of reopening the economy? So we are still in tier 4. So we are in the purple tier. We continue to, with our numbers at where they're at. With our numbers climbing and so forth, we're not in any position right now to move to the next tier. So I guess our biggest focus is to work on trying to get our numbers down. We need to get our case rates down and our testing positivity rates down in order to move to the next tier. So for our case rates, we need to have those down below 7, and our testing positivity rates below 8. So we need to really work at that. We encourage our community to make sure that when they're in public to wear their mask, regularly wash your hands, and when in the public, try to keep 6 feet physical distancing between you and a person either in front of you or behind you, and really limit the number of people that are mixing. We really want to minimize gatherings as much as possible so that we can get our numbers down so we can move to that next tier. We have a number of businesses. We have a good majority of our businesses are open, but a lot of them are operating under restrictions. We have our food facilities that are limited for dining purposes to outdoor dining. We have our churches that are allowed to do services outdoors. They're not allowed to do singing or have live music. So there's a lot of restrictions in place. So being able to move to the next tier will open some of that up. Again, a number of our businesses have opened up. We have, as I mentioned, with restaurants, outdoor dining, with our gyms are allowed to open outdoors only. Our nail salons, barber shops, beauty salons, they are open. Body art and tattoo facilities are open. Some of the facilities that are not open are those that are large social gathering type business or operations or activities. For example, a wedding ceremony we can have wedding ceremonies, but we can't have receptions. That would be a large social gathering, and that's just not allowed, indoors or outdoors. So again, allowing us to get our numbers down and being able to move that next tier is what our big focus is on.
Okay, and again, get tested, even with no symptoms or no exposure. It's painless, it's free. And they are now accepting walk-ins, so it's just a good idea, right?
That is correct. We really encourage our residents tested. There are 5 community testing sites still out there. We have the one free site, which is the OptumServe site located in Brawley, but we have other private providers that are providing community testing sites in Calexico, El Centro, and Brawley, in addition to the OptumServe site in Brawley. So we would really encourage the public to continue to be tested, especially if they're feeling symptoms, and those that are feeling sick, again, we really encourage them to isolate themselves until they recover.
Okay. We miss anything, Jeff?
I think we captured it all there, Carroll.
Okay. And by the way, I must compliment you on your costume. You do make a very, very good Dracula.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so swish your cape and move on out, okay?
All right, you have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff Lamoure of the Environmental Health Department, Imperial County Public Health Department on KXO.
The Imperial Valley's best oldies on the radio.
The best